This is the Jurassic period. Where there were once deserts, there are now vast forests of conifer trees. This lush green world is dominated by dinosaurs of all kinds. Somewhere on the edge of a forest, a mother dinosaur is laying her eggs. She is a 25-ton Diplodocus. Each football-sized egg is carefully laid in a deep trench. Tenderly she buries them and abandons them to their fate. Out on the plains, the rest of her herd grazes. This is the time of the Titans, when the largest land animals ever walked the earth. After 3 months, it's time for the eggs to hatch. Close by, a baby Diplodocus emerges from her buried egg. All around, her brothers and sisters are also struggling free. But there's danger here. Ornitholestes has a taste for baby Diplodocus. As soon as they hatch, the little Diplodocus need to run for the cover of the forest. Their only chance of survival is to remain hidden amongst the thick vegetation. They depend on their camouflage for protection and lie very still. The danger has passed. Now the youngsters start their favorite pastime, feeding. Size will be their main defense, so they need to pack on the pounds before they'll be big enough to leave the forest. Outside the forests are the vast fern prairies, where the adults live. These adults move in herds of 30 or more, and some of the older ones are over 40 meters long. They use their extraordinary necks to graze over large areas. At the other end, they have long tails for balance. There is even a tiny flying reptile called Anurognathus that lives amongst the Diplodocus. They spend their entire lives feeding on the many insects attracted by the herd. The adult herd is clearing forest. The Diplodocus are after the lush green ferns that grow between the trees, and it's these destructive habits that keep the fern prairies open. The young Diplodocus are now a year old and still think of nothing but eating. Deep in a canyon, the little female grazes. She's already 3 meters long and feeds with the other yearlings. They're here because the walls of the canyon drip with moisture, creating a thick layer of succulent moss. But 2 Allosaurus enter the canyon. And it's not the moss they're interested in. These are the lions of Jurassic, the top predators of their age. The other young Diplodocus make it back to the forest and continue with their eating. Time has taken its toll. Only 2 youngsters remain, and they've now left the forest. Close by, a herd of gigantic adults approaches, and the youngsters know there's safety in numbers. One elderly female sizes up the 2 newcomers. She accepts them, and they fall into line. Safe at last. The adult herd is at full strength as it wanders across the vast plains. It contains a range of members, from 12-meter-long adolescents to gigantic adults 3 times their size. The young female feeds on the edge of the herd, but she's still not large enough to be safe from attack, and she is unaware that she is being watched. Saved by the tail of a larger Diplodocus. She carries the scars of her encounter, but she will recover. Diplodocus can live for 100 years, and above a certain size, they have no natural predators. It will be millions of years before new dinosaur herbivores evolve to replace them. With their passing, life on land will never be this large.